I want them to purchase every pill they see on the internet that would make their D** bigger and see what happens. Do doctors actually get furious about this one weird trick? A 5-second segment where Jamie points at a diagram and says, in complete deadpan, "This is where the C** is." If they did such an episode, I could see this being in it for sure. They did. The "Can you get pregnant being shot with sperm on a bullet" episode. My wife was "WTF are you watching?" So, we weren't able to impregnate our test subject with the bullet, so we are going to fill her up with TNT and see what happens when it blows up. Don't try this at home. Can you actually get an STD from a toilet seat? Turns out you can, if the other man doesn't leave first. Jimmy Kerr, paraphrased. Does a person really stay conscious for a few moments after beheading? There was a French physician who tested this in the early 1900s. After a criminal was beheaded, he picked up the head and shouted the criminal's name. The guy opened his eyes and made eye contact with the physician over a period of 30 seconds whenever his name was called. Edit. I provided the source in other comments, but here, https://science.howstuffworks.com/science vs myth/extrasensory perception/lucid decapitation.htm. It is on the original comment. Size correlates to what? Feet. Nose? So many theories. I have size 12 feet and a massive nose and huge hands, and my P** is small. They did prove that women with larger breasts will get more tips. Which isn't really not safe for work, because Carrie literally was working at a coffee shop. If breast enlargements will help your job, would you be able to write them off on your taxes? Savage once mentioned they had a NSFW video that I believed involved a cannibal mouse. https://yauta.b/zig Anybody who has ever bred rodents knows this isn't even that uncommon, let alone a myth that needs to be busted. Keep your breeders well fed and separate the babies from mom once they're weaned. Can you detect a measurable blood pressure difference when someone gets turned on? Do people get more stupid, IQ, memory, etc. when they get horny? How can you detect various date rape drugs? There is such a thing as a sphygmomanometer for the man member. I knew a guy who got involved with a 16-year-old when he was 18. Her dad was a social worker, and long story short, for a time he was a sex offender until a judge with some sense expunged the whole thing. Dude has to go to court mandated testing where they strapped something like a blood pressure cuff to his junk and the played tapes of young sounding girls talking suggestively to see if it turned him as measured by the little pressure cuff to make sure he wasn't a pedophile, because obviously you must be a pedo if you get involved with someone 2 years younger than you. I think the real sexual assault was him having to take that test. How deep underwater are you still able to come? Looks like around 5 meters. https://pubmed.b.nlm.me.gov/12,545,631/ Thank you and RIP my search history. Edit. Given the functional non-compressibility of water, it seems like you could ejaculate at any depth. Also, if you've got a half bar of pressure differential across your body, ejaculation is probably the last thing on your mind. Edit 2. Yes, you can, and people have at least down to 13 meters. I'll add that I genuinely love Reddit because of discussions like this. Does pineapple make your cum taste better? I remember reading an article a long time ago where a woman and her partner tested different foods to see if it affected the taste, and she said pineapple definitely made it taste sweet compared to the other foods they tested. Ejaculation distance plus vaginal ping pong distance. Vaginal what? Is squirting just pee? It comes from the same place. But even if it's just pee, making someone come so hard they pee themselves is still a flex. A take on the top 10 OSHA violations list to see if they are as dangerous as they say. Finally, a non-sexual question. We investigate the statement anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. We start with a 2022 GMC Hummer EV3X. You're gonna feel a slight pinch. How many times can a man ejaculate in one 24-hour period and still produce fluid? Edit. My highest rated comment on Reddit is about how many times a man can come in a day SMH. Edit 2. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. If you're Pierce Hawthorne, 6 times will kill you. Post-orgasm clarity. How much better can you solve puzzles or remember something? Well, recently I did a lot of reaction time tests on humanbenchmark.com, and while normally I get average of around 140 to 145, after a good W***** I consistently got around 130 to 135, very often getting single clicks close to 120, which almost never happens in other cases. And it's weird, because I feel more tired, but apparently my reaction time improves for some reason. Statistically speaking, which sex position has the fastest rate for ejaculation? For me, prone bone / lazy doggy. Can you out a hangover? Danger dump the morning after. Called so because usually it smells horrific. While not an instant 100% cure, definitely helps you feel markedly better pretty quickly. All the RFID R&D that they did for the episode that the credit card companies prevented from airing. You don't need MythBusters for that. There are plenty of black hat talks on hacking RFID, including using a fast track to actual ping and receive information from any other transponder you drove next to, and the data received was straight up unencrypted credit card data. If you filled an auditorium with people who, when given the word, would start clapping them cheeks, would the sound produced by the audience clapping sound like actual applause? I don't want to smell that room. How large would a P** have to be to cause someone to pass out from getting an erection? Yeah, and they make one of those ballistic dummies and put a huge sklang on it. Does masturbation really improve the health of the prostate in men? I mean, does it? Can anyone chime in? Can a human really fit 2 fully grown raccoons up their butt? This is the second thing I've seen about raccoons and buttholes on Reddit in the last 15 minutes. Can somebody fill me in? Does the state put on a landmine so it doesn't go off actually work? Or, done by proper medical professionals, how many parts of a human can we feasibly remove without killing them? Does the state put on a landmine so it doesn't go off actually work? No, they explode when the button is depressed. I don't know of any that require a release, and it makes no sense to design them that way. If you nut in space, do it push you backwards? It likely would, since there is no opposing force cancelling out the force applied on your nut by you. But it would probably be an unnoticeable push, since you are many times more massive than your nut. Is it true that, if you don't use it you lose it? My P** fell off a year ago. I'd like to see how long it would take to beat someone to death with a pillow. An episode or in series form, I'm not fussy. Test it on the My Pillow seer.